What's going on, guys? This is XQ420 here. You know how I get down when I come around. I am back. I'm in the building. We've got those things on us. Heater, toaster, chopper, burner. No doubt. First time to the channel, stop hesitating. Subscribe button down there. Hit it for me. Daily dose of news and commentary with a twist from your boy. It's going to change your life. Trust me on this. Today's video, Gavin Newsom, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Kamala. Well, global warming. That's what's causing these wildfires. Come on now. Let's jump into this. All right, so as y'all have heard, over there on the West Coast, bud, I mean, they straight up in hell right now. Man, if you in California, bud, you ain't got your business is shut down, and now you're gonna get burned up or burnt out. That's just all there is to it. But I've been telling folks for a long time, there's certain places in the U.S. that you got to pull everything up and bounce out if you can. California is one of them. Soon, but I think it might burn it off of the burn the state off of the side of the United States and then just float out into the ocean as its own island right here shortly. Now, as of the most recent thing I've seen, there's at least 36 people dead and nearly 5 million acres torched. And the smoke cloud says it's reaching the East Coast. Now, I ain't seen nothing yet. I ain't seen no smoke cloud over here, so I don't know what they're talking about right there. But they got 11 states that are reporting 87 large fires. And we see, it says so far the fires have burned an estimated 4.8 million acres, with the majority of damage occurring in California, Oregon, Washington, and now Idaho. So Idaho getting a little bit of it. Man, how'd they get into it? So the NIFC says 11 states are reporting the 87 large fires. Arizona got one. California got 23. It's like, dang, bud, what are y'all doing out there? 23 of them. Where's your forest management at? It's in the shitter. That's where it's at. Colorado 4, Idaho 13. Dang, Idaho 13. Montana 9, Nevada 1, Oregon 12, South Dakota 1, Utah 6, Washington 15, and Wyoming 2. Okay? So we see they got a whole lot of fires. Obviously, California leading the way and burning the brush up. There ain't no doubt about that. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind they are leading the way by far. They doubled up. Well, Washington's a close second, 8 behind, 9 behind. Yeah, 8 behind. That's right. Yeah, so I don't know if y'all seen it the other way over the weekend. Gavin Newsom, he had him a soliloquy he had to drop for everybody. The speech of the year from Gavin Newsom. So we're gonna check that clip out right quick.
A heat dome over the entire west coast of the United States when you have temperatures, record-breaking temperatures, record droughts, then you've got something else at play. And that's exactly what the scientists have been predicting for half a century. It is here now. California, folks, is America fast forward.
Oh, Gavin Newsom, calm down, bud. Talking about America fast forward. Man, speak for yourself, bud. I'm in NC right now. Bo, she was like 79 today. I mean, come on, man. Ain't global warming around this joint. Talking about America fast forward. Man, you need to settle down, bruh. Maybe if you got your house in order first, you know what I'm saying? And handle your business the way you need it to, you wouldn't be in the predicament you're in.
What we're experiencing right here is coming to a community all across the United States of America unless we get our act together on climate change.
I mean, but how you want me to do that? You know what I'm saying? Y'all the one out there, y'all already doing the Green Deal out there. And you know what the Green Deal's yielding you? Hey, man, cut your AC up to 78, unplug your refrigerator, get off your Wi-Fi. I mean, cut your lights off. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They tell you, well, the grid gonna go down. Man, y'all already got the Green Deal out there. Man, come on now. You talking about if we don't get our act together. Man, you first. The shyster himself, slick back. I'll tell you, Bo, man's a flat out crook, criminal, all the above. All the C's you can think of.
Unless we disabuse ourselves of all the BS that's being spewed by a very small group of people that have an ideological reason to advance the cause of a 19th century framework and solution. We're not going back to the 19th century. We're not apologists to that status quo.
I mean, I know we ain't going back to the 19th century because Last I checked, ain't nobody did no time travel, bruh. I mean, you talking about we ain't going back. I mean, some folk going backwards. The BLM trying to segregate themselves. Folks trying to segregate. See, some folks out there and bought some land in Georgia. We're going to call it freedom for the black folks. So we know they safe around this joint. So, I mean, some folks going backwards, but I can't time travel. Because if I would, man, I'd have went back to 2019 December and warned some folks. I said, hey, man, don't fall for this. The scamdemic's on the way for us.
We believe in the fresh air of progress versus the stale air. Emphasis, stale air, normalcy. The heat dome.
Boy, Gavin Newsom, but man, trying to be slick with words, talking about the stale air. But I'm trying to figure out why they standing out there, and he's got his man behind him with his mask on. I mean, come on now. You out there breathing the smog out there. Man, you need to be somewhere. I guess he's out there in the woods for emphasis. I got to show y'all fellas what's good out here. Of course, they always say, man, you can't let a good crisis go to waste. And some people out there are taking a prime opportunity. They're like, bud, now's a good time to go out there and show everybody what I'm made of. Now, there's been multiple people who's been arrested right here recently with arson. They out there just setting bushes and stuff on fire. They're like, yeah, boy, I'm ready to burn this city to the ground. As we see right here, there's been a man arrested. This was on the 11th, of course. There was a man arrested in charge of arson and connected to a Southern Oregon fire. His name was Michael Jarrett Bacala. So he out there causing the fire. We got another man arrested out here in Portland for starting a fire with a Molotov cocktail. And then they let him go. Now, the guy that got caught was Domingo Lopez Jr. Okay, so he got caught on Sunday afternoon after a witness pointed him as a person who used the Molotov cocktail to set a fire along Interstate 205. But once they caught him, they let him go, and my man goes back and set six more fires on release. Man, can we stop letting criminals go? You know what I'm saying? Stop letting the criminals go. I don't get it. But you ready to bash somebody by the mask? Let's drag them out of here. Get the taser on them, boy. Put your mask on. They drag you away. Man, they take some of these folks away and let them go about 3 minutes later. Well, can't hold you. Even though you burnt half the city down, it's all good. You know, it's just all good. And I mean, what are we gonna do? Our hands are tied. Man, no. Man, throw these folks in jail. And then, of course, today, authorities arrest 2 more suspects in arson charges on West Coast, in the West Coast. And so they arrested Jeffrey Accord, who allegedly attempted to set a fire along SR 167, and I don't even know how to say that. Puyallup, Puyallup, and golly, that's a hell of a name. What you setting the fire out there for? It must be the sticks out there. So they arrested him, and then let's see what the other guy they arrested. And then they arrested another guy that's in Oregon, 44-year-old Jonathan Mass, on suspicion of arson in the first degree. So you got folks out here, man, we gonna help it along. So Gavin Newsom, are we sure that it's climate change or is it something else going on? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Your boy's trying to figure out if we got something a little different going on here. Man, it's almost, man, there's too much, there's too many coincidences happen right now. There's just way too many. And I believe in one coincidence, but when you got like 10 or 20 stacking up, you're like, bo, there's a plot to this. You know? I mean, the plot thickens too. And it's too thick right now. It's thick with smoke and haze. Well, folks getting taken away by the smog out there. I told you, bud, the heat ain't gonna get you first. The smoke choke you out. Heat finish y'all, burn your body up. Y'all already be dead by then. The time the smoke choke you out. But folks were saying that they were out there like at a beach and something, and they seen some smoke far away, and they're like, dang man, something happening. 5 minutes later, they surrounded by fire. They're like, man, what is going on? So we got folks out there setting some fires, but hey, I think somebody set them up for this back in March, if I believe. So this was actually back in March, right when the COVID lockdowns began, you know, March 16th with the kickoff. Rudy Gobert got it. For some reason, the NBA player got it, and the whole world needed to shut down after that. I didn't understand that one, but that's what happened. So it says right here, will coronavirus precautions hamper our ability to fight California wildfires later? Yeah, it will. This was on March 25th, and I remember back then when we first locked down, I seen something somewhere where they said they won't do any forest management. I'm like, but that's dumb. Man, California, they got something burning up every year, but they better get to it. So it says right here, back in March, the U.S. Forest Service announced the prior week that it was suspending all new controlled burns on land it manages around the country in an effort to further reduce air pollution. You did a good job there because they're burning up right now, so good job. Bravo. And protect fire personnel amid the spreading coronavirus. Bo, you outside, man. But the stuff that folks do is just ignorant. Included in this decision are 20 million acres the agency oversees in California. Now, you see what I'm saying? Folks are so honed in just on COVID. Oh, it's COVID, COVID, COVID. Man, they'll let everything else go. Folks be dying left and right of everything else that they could have prevented. Oh, but it's just COVID. Hey, you might have burned up in that fire. Thank God you didn't die of COVID, though. Man, stop. But it says, but following one of the driest Februarys on record in parts of the Golden State, the move highlights the difficulty in decision making that pits wildfire preparation and adapting to the virus against each other. No, you needed to shut down your wildfires because every year you got wildfires. I mean, I can't remember a year that you ain't. You got a few things. You got wildfires, you got earthquakes, and you got plenty of the LGBTQ community. You know what I'm saying? You got plenty of that out there. So they said, there is nothing as efficient as prescribed burns. Huh. That's what the most efficient thing is. And he's a professor, mechanical engineer who researches wildfires at the University of California. And it says national forests contain 6 million of the total 9 million acres of highly volatile brushland in California, found mainly in the foothill country where urban expansion is increasing and many developments lack adequate protection against wildfires. So you see that right there? It's just more people not doing their job. Gavin Newsom, Bud, stop blaming it on everybody. You know what? Everybody's got an excuse of why they ain't shit. I'm going to say it right there. Everybody's got an excuse of why they are nobody. And Gavin Newsom, you one of the biggest nobodies out there. Now, I know you making a lot of money, but it don't matter because you a shyster, you a slick back, you a criminal, a crook. You gonna come out, oh man, we got people rolling around and they got conspiracy theories saying, oh, there ain't no global. But bump your global warming. How about you do your job and get your prescribed burns going on out there? You knew it was gonna be tough to start off with. Already had a dry February, so you knew it was gonna be tough out there. What'd he do? Oh, but boy, if it catches on fire, it's just gonna have to burn this year. That's all I know. I know it might burn some folks up, burn half the state, but hey, I mean, it's the price we got to pay because COVID's on the way. So it says right here, with burns on Forest Service land temporarily on pause, other mitigation measures will need to be emphasized, but details remain scarce on the agency's plan. So you know what they end up doing? Nothing. So they just let all that loose brush just sit out there and say, boy, I hope somebody don't shoot a cat gun out here this year. But we're gonna burn half of California down, maybe 3/4 of it. So I mean, swivel game got to be right. Man, when you smell some smoke, you need to already be out your house because it's probably gonna burn you up in it. And on top of this, we got somebody else who's currently trying to run for president come out and say these words. And so Joe Biden says right here, he warns America's suburbs will be destroyed by hellish fires, floods, and superstorms if climate arsonist Trump is reelected. Man, how is Trump a climate arsonist? What has he done? Man, did he go out there and do not even a rain dance? It'd be a fire dance. He said he did a fire dance to the false pagan gods out there. Bring fire and brimstone to California. That's what he did. Come on, man. And he says right down here, Donald Trump's climate denial may not have caused these fires and record floods and record hurricanes, but if he gets a second term, these hellish events will continue to become more common, more devastating, and more deadly. But So hold on. So he ain't caused the initial thing, but if he gets back in, oh boy, they on the way. They well on the way. Cause he's that type of dude. He's got that type of power. Man's got superpowers. He straight up Storm out here from the X-Men. I mean, he just controlled the weather on a whim. And Trump's like, ain't nothing better than a good fire. Man said, I'm gonna get me a marshmallow and some chocolate and some graham crackers. Let's go to California and sit on the border. Wait till it burn down so I can get me some s'mores going on out here. Man, stop, bud. So it says right here, wildfires are burning the suburbs in the west. Floods are wiping out suburban neighborhoods in the Midwest. Floods in the Midwest? Okay, well, I guess. Hurricanes are imperiling suburban life along our coast. It's like, but natural disasters happen. And they've been happening forever. I mean, they ain't just start this year. I mean, but Biden don't even know who he is. I mean, so he can barely read the teleprompter. I know y'all seen that thing where he held the picture up and the teleprompter was right there in front of him. He can barely read that thing. So what he over here talking about if Trump get reelected, he gonna burn the world down because he's that type of dude. In closing on this, man, Gavin Newsom, Joe Biden, all these other folks talking about the climate change, and that's why the stuff's burning to the ground. No, your stuff burning to the ground because you don't do your job. Flat out, end of story. Don't want to hear nothing else about it. The coronavirus scared everybody's pants off, so now they don't know how to do anything else but just worry about that. And folks gonna get wiped out by a bunch of other stuff because we stupid right now. Flat out, this is all there is to it. Folks, they got their brain shut off, and I don't know where the switch is to cut it back on. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it on everybody. Some folks are hidden. They might be hidden between the toe jam. I'm like, man, it's a little nasty down there, but I got to flip this switch and your brain start working again. So y'all let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section below. As I say, noise and nonsense. So I hope y'all enjoyed. As always, like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell so you know when I post in the future. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.